Hey guys, we're back with Yellow Chain Chronicle. We'll get right into it. The first card we've got here is Fatima. Is that how you pronounce it? Fatima?
I
I don't
guess.
care.
Yeah, close enough.
3/2/10K.
Odd
Yeah, this is a pretty solid card. She's got come into play cancel burn, so on the turn this is placed from hand to stage, you get to deal 1 damage when damage dealt by this is cancelled. And it also has, when this is placed from hand to stage, you may pay 1, ditch 1. If you do, choose a character to gain a cancel burn effect.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, so the idea behind this is to play 3 of these and then go ham, I
Pretend
think.
like you're Yami. Well,
Or
technically
you
you're better
play
than
2
Yami.
of this and 1 of the next card.
Yep.
Uh,
So
Kantai had this effect, right?
It's Yamato.
Yeah, but
with
Kante
a
had worse cost.
Yeah, this is a cost that Yellow Chain can handle a lot better. Because Yellow
The
Chain
difference
does
between
not
4
have the
stock,
stock. It does not have
the
the
difference
stock to be
between
flying
4
around.
stock and 3 stock and a card in hand is actually
Yeah.
huge when you chain them.
Yeah.
like drawing from different resources as opposed to depleting one resource is always better because you're just naturally going to have some of everything by the end of the game.
Honestly,
Like-
I would be okay if it was like a discard 2. Because Yellow Chain has so much hand.
Yeah.
Not at the end of the game.
No, you'd be surprised.
Well, what am I gonna give it? It's like
Good.
yeah,
I'd
good.
give it a good. I give it
Good.
good.
Good is fine.
It's a good card. Good
Yeah.
card.
Pay 1, ditch 1 is a
It's a very
amazing
reasonable cost.
It's an amazing cost for it.
Yeah.
Also look at the legs.
Okay.
Yeah, the legs are also nice.
All right. Next card.
He looks like a bad guy.
Werner, Magic Core Commander. He's a 3/2/10K. When it's placed from stage to hand, look up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose 1 and add it to hand.
Anticipate.
Climax combo.
When this
Oh.
is placed from stage to hand, interesting effect.
Is that actually what they said?
No, that's what he said.
Okay,
This is
okay.
me because I woke up way too early to do a Chain Chronicle review. What is wrong with my life? Climax combo.
You have
it's
a real
attacked,
job?
I do have a real job. Today is my one day in the week where I get to sleep in.
Rip.
Worst. I'm assuming this is the burn climax.
Yeah, it's the shot.
It's a shot, yeah.
It's a shot.
Yeah, so when this attacks, if you have the shot in the climax zone, and this is the 3rd attack of the turn, this gains 2,000 power, and the ability, pay 3, up to once a turn. When damage dealt by this is cancelled, if you have 4 more other yellow characters, you may pay 3. If so, deal 1, then deal 4.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually
fine.
just good. Like,
Yeah.
it seems expensive, but if this is the 3rd attack, you will pretty much always have the stock to pay for it.
You
combo
can't
this
not
with-
have the stock in this deck.
Exactly. There's no way to pay stock on like attack or whatever. If you attack with Fatima twice and then attack with this, chances are you're going to be dealing a lot of damage to them, and it's probably a very efficient like murder. Like my words aren't coming to me. Very very good final turn sort of setup. 2 Fatima, 1 of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact
You can stack so
burns-
much cancel burn on this. That's a bad idea, but you could.
I don't think.
Yeah,
can.
you just stack them 2/2 and this.
Yeah. That's still like what?
It's 5 burns and like a burn 4.
Well, it's like it's
It-
5 real burns
yeah,
and
it's-
then a
it's
burn 4
it's
that'll
5
likely
one.
cancel.
Yeah, 5 1s and a 4.
Well, what you can do is you can put all of the burns onto Werner, and then you can use the next card we'll talk about to give him even more soul, just increase the chance of cancel burn.
And then you get anti-damaged.
And then you direct attack with them because you play the bounce event.
Stop talking about that event. You're making me upset.
Upsetty spaghetti.
Oh yeah, this card is good.
Yeah, this card is good.
That's
This-
something we'll see a lot with yellow. Just good cards.
It's because they're all just solid cards.
Yeah.
All right. Next card. Dilma, Sage of Life, 002K.
Wait, did we
Wait,
skip?
no. I skipped
Yeah.
Fatima, 3 Sages. Fatima, 3 Sages, the card I was just talking about, 002K. When you play a climax to the climax zone, you may tap 2 of your standing characters. If you do, give a character 1 soul for the turn.
Solid.
Very good because your level 1 combo is effectively a 2. It's a 3k1 to a yellow. but it's 2k one soul combo effectively. One cost. When you place the climax to the climax zone, you may pay one. If you do, look up the 4 cards from the top of your deck, add 1 yellow character to hand.
Also solid.
Good card.
Those are both great effects.
I really like the soul. Without the soul, this would only be like a playable plus, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
But-
the soul,
The soul makes the card, obviously.
yeah. You don't have to brainstorm. You don't have to tap with anything. You should always have things to rest. It's just a very solid effect.
Yep.
All right, now we actually do move on to Dilma, the Sage of Life. I am upset about this card, but that is entirely my prerogative.
Yellow Akatsuki. Or
Literal
Azusa.
Yeah, it's like literal Azusa. When this is placed from hand to stage, you may discard a card. If you do, look it up to 4 cards from the top of your deck, add 1 yellow character that you find there to hand. Ditch the rest.
Also a good card. Top 4
Good card.
yellow, all slam dunks. You're
And
starting
it's
with
gonna
like
continue.
you're starting with
yeah.
like 4. I don't know how many of the level 3s you're playing, but probably a lot of them.
This
You're
a
just
very
playing
good
four
Four.
of the Fatima, 2 of the Werner, and 2 or 3 of the other play.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
card. Whatever. This is ridiculous. Next card, Fatima, Golden Witch. This is part of the giant Wombo combo at level 1. 1045. When this is placed from hand to stage, this gains 1/5 power for the turn.
6k.
When the battle opponent of this is reversed, if you have the 3k 1 soul, it's a 3k and 1 soul to a yellow character, draw a card.
What?
Is in your yeah.
Yes.
What?
It's a power creep 2k1.
You can only give it to yellow characters though.
I'm
which is
still
good thing-
saying-
Good thing that's like 44 cards of your deck.
I'm still
Or
saying
42
what?
cards of your deck.
It's less, but yeah.
Whatever.
So if you have the 3k1, the climax zone, search your deck for up to 1 mana character, add it to your hand. So this is basically a Shimikaze type card, like very close to Shimikaze, given it's a 3k1. But there are also like 4 other cards which all go with this card, this combo, to make it really solid.
Yeah, to make it a 1k1, basically.
Not quite
No,
one.
make it like a global 3k1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at 2 times 3k
and
1.
global 1 soul.
This card is
Yeah.
individually just like
Whatever.
a solid playable. The climax is normally really problematic, but
Just trust me in context, this is a very solid card. Like
yeah,
In context, this is good.
yeah,
Very
Yes.
good, even.
yeah. In
this is
context,
just it's good.
yeah.
Hierarchy, Fated Swordsman, 105k. When it's placed from hand to stage, this gains X power for the turn. X is 500 times the number of your mana characters. This is a playable minus. I don't think you want it.
Yeah, I agree.
This is
this
a
is-
playable
this is
minus, and you
actually-
actually have to play it.
Yeah, this is actually like your only other level 1 that you can choose from.
Savage.
It's extremely depressing, and it is still only a playable minus for me.
Yep.
Next card is Melchior of the Three Sages, 114k. Level assist to all yellow characters in front, and when this is placed from hand to stage, you may clock your top deck and discard a card from hand. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 yellow climax, add it to your hand, then give one of your characters 1 soul for the turn.
This is the other way that you're guaranteeing your level 1 combo and pumping
Yeah, this
soul
card-
everywhere.
This card is amazing in the deck.
Super solid card. I think all the abilities are relevant.
Tutoring
still-
climaxes tends to be very good.
Yeah, I think that because this guarantees you get your combo off, and this deck is completely worthless without the combo, just trust me on that.
Yeah.
It is a very solid, good card. I would even go as far as to say it might be like it because this is your failsafe. This is why.
This is
it's-
probably meta.
I don't know about meta, but it certainly means that your combo always goes off.
Well, I
And
mean, the
that's
fact that it
super-
pumps soul in addition to tutoring your climax, probably. I'm gonna give it a
This
meta.
is the card that means you will almost always do your climax your combo twice.
I think this is the reason. Like, this card is the reason why you'd be playing this deck in the first place, guaranteeing your level 1 combo.
I don't know about that because level 1
No.
combo
I think like
weak.
the whole I think the level 1 wombo combo as a whole is why you're playing the
Exactly, and I think
Yeah.
this is a incredibly important part
The level 1 Wombo combo and the level 3 Fatima are like why you play this deck.
because the fact is, like, to an extent, besides the 0/0, which is also very good, this is probably the least replaceable card of the set.
I don't know. I wanna go back
Akatsuki.
to Fatima.
No, I mean like of the combo, right? Of the level
There's
1
another
combo.
one that you haven't seen yet.
But I mean,
Yeah.
like tutoring climaxes is incredibly relevant here.
Yeah.
It is really good.
This is a good card.
And,
It's
and
a very
it's
good
a
card
tool
in
that you don't get
context.
often enough. So like
Yeah.
most sets don't get. So this is gonna get my meta rating, at least for that part of the Wombo combo in my mind.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever. We'll just think this
Good.
is a good card, good minus. I don't know, playable
It's
plus,
good.
whatever.
I'm just giving
It's,
it good.
I give it good.
The fact that you just get your climax is so important. Like that's
also
so
it's also it's the early play condition for the early play. So
yes, which
Yep.
we're just about to talk about. So the next card is
Dilma.
what's his name? Dilma, Three Sages. 3295. If you have the 0/0 like Amagi thingy plus the Melchior we just talked about, this gets -1 level in hand. When it is displaced from hand to stage, it heals, and once per turn, when damage dealt by this is cancelled, you may ditch a yellow character. If so, put the top card of your clock in the waiting room. Oh, so you need another yellow character, but that's a stupid requirement. Like, why?
So, why is what's her name still on the ban list? Cyril changing
Uh,
clothes?
I think they're very different cards, but
it's actually because it's not because Cyril is strong. It's because of time things. I don't know. Japan
which
is
is
weird.
garbage.
Is
but
it
that doesn't-
times things? Cause like this is like a similarly annoying timing thing.
No, it's like people thought too long about whether they want to use the effect apparently or something like that.
I don't know. They need a
And
real
it's
judge
altered,
system. That's
like-
what they need. They need real judges. This card is good. Well, like it's playable plus, but like it's very solid.
Yeah, I say playable plus. The deck doesn't like you play it as a healer and pretty much only as a healer. The deck doesn't really have enough stock to early play it most of the time. From what I've seen.
Yeah. Okay.
If you cancel a lot, you can you get like decent early play.
Yeah.
All right. Next card. Shuza, Lord of the Nine Territories. 3/2 10k. It's a come and play heal. For each marker under this gains 1,500 power and the ability, during battles involving this, your opponent can't play backups from hand. At the start of your main phase, if this is in the front row, you may put a card in your hand under this as a marker.
That sounds terrible.
Ironically,
It's also a heal.
Yeah, it also heals on play.
Yeah, it's also a
yes,
come and play heal.
I said that first.
Yeah.
Oh.
So-
Here.
The level 1 version of this character is much better. I should note that you can advance summon this.
That doesn't make it much better.
No, it does not. But it does mean it comes into play straight away with a marker, and it does heal. It is a really delayed one, and it's not great, but it is a thing to think about. This card is niche minus. I actually think that if you're playing the Shuza deck, this should be your last resort. Like, you don't want to have to play this. There is a level 1 that you'd rather have on the field.
I agree with the sentiment.
Okay.
He's not particularly interesting though.
No.
Suru, 9th Lord, assist 500. When this is placed from hand to stage, you can pay 1, ditch 1. If you do, search your deck for a mana card. It's a drop searcher.
With
Whatever.
a frontal 5. You have a Ricky,
You do have a Ricky.
so I don't know if you need this.
I mean, the 2
No,
on...
you have no space. You have zero space. Zero.
Yeah, you don't have space.
Zero.
That's the issue.
So like you have a Ricky and your back row's already kind of maxed out, so I don't think you ever want to play this.
Decent card, bad in context.
Yeah, playable minus.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Next card, Melchior, Sage of Might. When to produce new light is placed to the climax zone, you may pay cost. That's the same 3k1 soul. If you do, give a character 3,000 power for the turn. And when this is placed from hand to stage, give one of your level 1 or higher characters 1 soul for the turn.
So this card is also super good for that combo. It's like getting a second 3k one, right? That's what you
So
said.
Yeah.
the idea is you have this and the Fatima on the stage. You play the climax, use Fatima's effect to tap 2, including this. Give something 1 soul, then you bounce this. So it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
standard. You can just bounce it.
Yep.
And then you'll have two rows will have gotten a 3k buff, and the entire field will have an extra soul.
Yep.
Yep.
Or you can just give 6k to something if that's what you want to do.
I mean, if that's your prerogative. If you need to get over a rider.
This is a.
I have killed early plays with the level 1 combo before.
I think this is one of the like you don't necessarily need this as part of your combo. You can just have the 1/1 in its place.
I think in terms of priority for
this
me,
is much better at guaranteeing the second reverse. Like if
I
you,
agree.
yeah,
yes.
if you want the 2 reverses, this is
But
how you do
this
it.
doesn't make it hide and playable plus for me because
No.
it doesn't like while it has a whole bunch of good effects, the 1/1 is the thing that makes sure you always get your combo off, and that's more important to me.
Right. Realistically, what I've seen happens is first time you do the combo, you have this guy and the Amagi in back row. And then for the second time you do the combo, you push the Amagi up to play the 1/1 to search out your climax. And then just while the Amagi's in front row, you can still use it. You can still rest the 1/1 and the bounce guy in your back row. And after like 2 turns of combo and stuff, you probably have the second Amagi to play down after that one dies.
Yeah, seems good. Seems good. Alright, next card. Toka, Fated Swordsman. Pay 1, ditch the 1/0 come and play game power from your hand. When this is placed from stage to waiting room, you may pay that cost. If you do, heal 1. And it's got a ditch bond to the 1/0.
Don't play this.
Oh, whatever.
Like,
don't
you don't
do
need
it.
a discard out, you run 4 Oz, so
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. This is not a good card.
it is not necessary. Maybe like a niche minus, I don't know.
Niche minus. I feel like you don't even want to niche this. This is like not even a card you want to play ever.
No.
Yeah, it's just bad, honestly. Alright, Yoshitsugu, Second Lord. When this is placed from hand to stage, you may clock yourself. If you do, stock one of your opponent's cost 0 or lower front row characters. If you do, put their bottom card of stock in the waiting room.
So it's
This is actually the best card in the set. Just saying.
It's a little bit of an over-exaggeration, but it is a very solid card.
that's pretty interesting.
This
I mean,
this is Haruka's worst nightmare.
this is theoretically. Is it cost 0?
Yes, cost
Cost
0.
0.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, solid
Yeah, this
card.
is a really good card. There's like no room for it at all, and I hate it because I really want to play this card.
This is playable. I think it's totally playable.
Yeah.
You also open up
This
the
seems
slot,
like-
so like theoretically the damage should still be net neutral at the end of the turn if you
Right.
average it out.
And like they can't even encore it because you send it to stock.
This is like the standard Akinari deck's dream. This is what the deck wants really badly. That deck
Wait,
loses
why?
to clock encores.
Yeah.
Oh,
This card, I really wish there was room for this card, but like your 19 level zeros are already sort of like pre-built for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, good card. I think this is actually just a good card, but ironically you can't play it. So I think it goes niche plus.
I still gave it playable. I think it is still playable. I don't think the issue is it's niche or not. I think the issue is whether or not you can actually fit into your deck.
We're gonna go good plus meta.
This kid.
it's you just can't play the card, but it's like
you
a decent
just
card.
can't actually play it. It's amazing. You can't play it. But hey, you can put it in random other red deck and blue deck and stuff, I guess.
Alright, next card. Katya, Magic Core Commander. It's a 1/1/6k. If you have 2 or more other front row characters, this gains 1k power. If you have 2 or more other back row characters, this gains 1k power. 1/1, probably 8k. Not very good.
Yeah. Not very good.
No.
Pass.
Like,
If you
it's
play
just not
this
big
with
enough,
the Melchior that bounces itself, when you bounce, you lose 1k.
Yeah,
that's
that's
funny.
definitely not good, hey?
That's actually really
the-
funny.
Oh, there is a level 0 that gives this specific card 1,000 power during your own turn.
That still seems bad.
Yeah.
Own turn isn't good enough, I don't think. Alright, Shuza, Ogre Lord commanding 9 territories. This is the card I alluded to. It's a 1/1/6k. For each marker under this gains 1k power. At the start of your main phase, if this is in the front row, you may choose a marker character in your mana character in your waiting room and put it under this as a marker. And then climax combo, when strength reigns supreme, which is a bounce, I'm pretty sure.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so when Strength Reign Supreme is in the climax zone, if this is in your front row and you have two other mana characters, choose up to two mana characters in your waiting room, put them face down under this in any order.
I mean, that is some compression, I guess.
If you're going all in, this is much better than the 3-2 because not only do you start compressing earlier by repeating the combo, but this is really good with the 1/1 Melchior for obvious reasons. Not only does it get huge, but you get the climax again. Duh.
Yeah, I love this card. The only issue is that you still get destroyed by bombs.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
If there was
I
a way,
think
if there
that's-
was a way,
Also by bounce triggers, also by everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
there was
so
a
this is
way
just
to keep him
a-
safe from that stuff.
Yeah. This is just a big dumb beater. You do go all in with compression, and they can't answer it, then it is kind of funny. But ultimately, it is just a niche card. Niche plus, even, I guess.
Yeah,
It's a
Yeah.
cool card, but it's not a good card.
I think the upside is there. There's just risk. Alright. Next up, a fun counter.
Uni, Magic Core Captain. It's a 2/1/2/5. Back up to
Uni's not here.
2,500. And when you use the backup of this, you may pay one, kill one of your characters. If you do, give one of your opponent's level 2 or higher characters -1 soul for the turn.
If your opponent requires some very specific numbers to go through to win the game, have fun. Also, it's a very cheap sack counter. Have
Very
fun.
very cheap stat counter. The number of times that I have just bodied Persona 5 protagonist with sack counter encore. So good.
It's a good card.
You see, Encore actually reads regenerate, so it's removed from combat.
Yep.
This card is super solid. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
like this card.
I think it's a playable plus counter.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I think I agree. Ashrina, Queen of the Lake of Sand. 2/1/5/5. Give all your level 3 or higher characters in front of this 2k power. At the start of your draw phase, you may pay 2. If you do, choose the 3/2 chooser in your hand and put it on any slot on stage.
That is so slow.
Yeah, you got to take a whole turn cycle before you can play down your heal.
And you're not even like paying less for it.
You
Yeah.
can get a marker the turn he comes down though, because you
The
play him
marker
draw
comes from
phase.
hand. It's so bad.
It's so bad.
Does it come from hand? I think it comes
Yes,
from hand.
it's
The
from your
marker
hand.
comes from hand, but it's at beginning of main phase, so she lets you marker the turn you play him.
Yeah.
That still sounds terrible.
Oh, it's still terrible. Yeah.
I would like not play this if I had the choice.
Alright. I just don't think you play it. There's no...
Yeah.
Well, it's stepped in the main deck.
So
So it's like
niche.
niche by default. Klaus, Magic Core Captain. During your turn, all your other... The 1/1 Katia, the 8k, and Junie, Blue Eye Sealer, which we'll come to in a bit. Hint, it's not really a good card at all.
It's an interesting card.
It's interesting, I don't think it's good.
It's not.
They gain 1k power on your turn, and then it's a global 500.
Niche by default.
Yeah. So these cards aren't really great. Honestly, I think that Junie might be playable instead of the come and play gain power. Like,
I could see that. Yeah.
yeah, like that could be
You
can-
don't want
it
to
can-
spend the stock. You don't want to spend the stock at all.
agreed, but like I
But
think that might be better than just
Uni's
the 75,
the
right?
uni's costless. You don't
Oh,
spend
Yeah,
stock.
but
Wait,
once you reverse, you have
Oh.
to pay stock.
the
Oh,
uni is
do
the
you pay
top one.
stock?
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, does it pay stock?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, never
Yeah.
mind then.
Hmm.
Sad.
It might be better than the 1/0 come and play though. Anyway,
Oh, it's
I think
it's
so.
one stock. That's not that
it's a
bad.
very interesting card. We'll come to it. Next card, Katia, Young Commander. When this is placed from hand to stage, choose another magic character, gains 1k. When this is placed from hand to stage, choose one of your weapon characters. That character gains 1k.
It's
No.
fine, but like, why would you ever need this?
Like, you could read this as come and play, give something 2k, which makes this above spec.
But that's if
Nothing-
you could-
Nothing in this set has magic and weapon.
Yeah, that
Nothing
would be
does.
3
So
traits.
basically, I'm just saying like additive because people like to think about this in like an additive way. In Weiss, 1K and plus 1K does not make 2K. 2K is worth way more than 1K. It's not comparable.
Yeah.
This is like I think this is just bad.
Yeah. The 1K just like doesn't do enough.
Yeah. Lolo, Fire Sprite. If there are 3 or more cards in clock, this gains 1K power. At the
It's a runner.
At the
Yes.
start of your opponent's attack phase, if this is in front row center slot, you can move it to an empty front row slot.
Oh, that's actually such a funny condition.
is this the runner you play?
Yeah. That's the
Yeah,
runner.
yeah. This is the one you play in yellow deck probably.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
actually like a very interesting run because it's
Because
something
turn one, if you just field this, it's still like assuming you don't field other characters, you can still run to any other slot. So it's basically exactly the same as a regular runner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting. This is interesting. It's very solid. Run.
And it can also be
I mean, it's
3K
also
power.
like a vanilla, which is fine.
actually, yeah. I mean,
It's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
kill
big.
anything that's not an oversize.
Yeah, which are not typical right now. So
Right.
yeah, this is playable plus.
Yeah, no, this is just good. It's a runner, right?
Yeah, I've got it as good.
Good as good.
Yeah, it's just good.
There's some like limited flexibility in the sense that like it might
Not
only get you
really.
the one run. In the sense if you want to start using it to kill their front rows.
They
Yeah, like
still
once
need to,
you
they
you
still
start
need to full field to kill it.
right, yes. Once you start
Um,
fielding other characters, it loses a little bit of flexibility, but at that point, I don't think you really care as much.
Yeah.
Also, keep in mind that the more they attack you, the higher chance this has to be just the 3K that they can't even front attack. So not
Yes.
only do they need 3 cards to kill it, they need 3 cards that beat a 3K level 0, which isn't always going to be the case. So this card is just good. Like, you're almost always going to get your plus from it.
Yep.
Yeah, alright, next card. Farah, Queen's Associate, 002K. When this is placed from stage to waiting room, you may pay 1. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 Musica, Magical Voice, put it rested in any slot on stage.
This is
Uh,
the
That's
brainstorm.
the blue brainstorm
Yeah.
What the
I don't
hell?
know why, but it is.
flavor.
Sure. I'm just not gonna bother talking
I
about
think
this.
I think this is bad.
Yeah.
It is a 1 cost plus.
It is a 1 cost plus. I guess in some random deck.
And it fetches a good card.
But it's
Yes,
just like
but if you're playing it in the blue deck, that also
Yeah.
like shuts off your own combo.
so it stops being a plus because you have to play over it or you have to do it early.
Yeah.
Probably too awkward.
Like you could just throw the blue brainstorm in some random not blue deck and use it as a 1 cost plus target, but that still doesn't
Is
seem
this
good.
where you
Like-
need your 1 cost plus?
No.
The card itself is like not a bad card. It's just like a weird, interesting card that has no shell probably, but it's
yeah.
like not bad itself. It's
I
like
mean, it's like niche.
a niche.
This is niche at best. Whatever.
That's
Next card.
Bad.
Where'd go to? Hierarchy, Ogre Swordsman,
It's not
4K.
actually bad, but like I don't like it.
Yeah, whatever. It's niche.
No,
Hierarchy, Ogre Swordsman,
the hierarchy.
4K. You cannot play events or backups from hand. Whatever. You got a runner. I'd rather play that.
Yeah, that's where I'm
Yep.
standing, and the runner's not even that much smaller than this. So
You've got a yellow runner, you've got a red runner, and if you want the oversize, there's a red 3500 that gains a level.
yeah, I would not play that.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Khalifa, Queen's Dagger. 101K. When you use the backup of this, choose a character in battle. That character gains X power, where X is 1000 times the number of your reversed characters. So
So-
the idea is to have this be used on the 3rd attack of the battle phase, and that will maybe make it a 2/5 counter.
Maybe.
It will make it a 2/5 counter, but that's not good enough.
No. No, it's
Okay,
not.
so if you've got the 1/1 whiz from Konosuba and this in your back row, does that mean you're Wiz Khalifa?
Absolutely.
Uh,
I can't believe you actually made that joke.
I was
I'm
waiting for it. I thought he was gonna do it when he read the name.
No, this is terrible.
Is your opinion of me that low?
Yes.
I'm injured. I'm wounded.
You should be.
Yeah, no, this card isn't great. I'd rather play the 1/0 red one. But
Yeah.
this one is fetchable with the Uz, so that's kind of a thing.
I would not play this counter.
Shido, Shura Sword 1015. This can't be targeted, so it's a hexproof. Your other character in the front row center slot gains 1/5 power, and 1 cost to put this under a battling character as a marker. When another character with Shuza in name that has a marker becomes reversed in battle, and this is in the back row, you may pay that cost.
I mean, this
If
is.
so, rest that.
I guess this is your hedge against bombs. It's not a great
Yeah,
hedge,
this is
but
how you
Hedge
get around
against
bombs.
reverse bombs, like clock bombs and stock bombs, still just get rid of you.
yeah, it's not
And
great.
if you get bounced or nuked, this doesn't stop anything. This is an obvious shoe-in for that deck, but
There aren't many level 1 clock bombs though. They're normally cost 0.
There are
Yeah.
also no level 1 stock bombs.
Yeah.
yes, that is currently true.
So the only thing that still really screws you up is bounce triggers.
Which are really bad.
Yes.
It's niche.
Also, just straight up nuking level 1s. That's a thing that can happen sometimes.
I think if this gave the 1/1 hexproof 2, this would be like
Really
a
playable.
cool niche deck.
Yeah.
It still wouldn't be broken, but it would be
No,
fun.
no, it wouldn't be, but it would be like a cool niche deck then.
Yep.
Yep.
Niche card does niche things.
Yep. Next card, Werner, Combustion Sealer, 1045. When the battle opponent of another yellow character is reversed, this gains 1/5 for the turn. So if this attacks third, it's a 7/5.
If your
Uh,
other things died.
No. If your other
No,
things
it's
got
your-
killed.
When this. No, becomes. Battle opponent. If you can actually kill everything.
That's not difficult in this
I'm
deck.
not
Like you
saying
can
it's
go,
not. You're playing plus 3k one soul.
Fatima into this, and then this is a 7/5, and that's pretty alright, I guess.
I don't know. Still doesn't
I
seem
would
worth.
rather just play the on-play get big guy where I play him and he's a
And it's
7/5.
7/5.
Yeah.
This one does have Encore, if that matters. I don't think it matters.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah. I still don't think this is a bad card by any means.
It's playable
It's not
minus.
outclassed or anything. Encore is a actual upside.
Playable
Yeah.
minus.
Where
Yeah. You need Blue Eye Sealer, so this might be one of the more interesting cards in the set. It's a 1/05k. During your turn, when the battle opponent of this is reversed, you may pay 1. If you do, choose one of your opponent's level 3 or lower characters, and that character does not stand during your opponent's next stand phase.
So I used to play 2 Marons in To Lover Animal because that card is hilarious if it goes off. There are a lot of issues with Maron. One, unless your opponent needs their back row, as in they need to tap it, it often doesn't do anything.
I generally found that a lot of people were playing Tap 2 Brainstorm, so when I played
Yeah.
Maron, I would tap like the card opposite Maron, and then one of their back row.
No,
so
I-
that would
and-
effectively neg them.
And I did that a lot. Like if they played Tap 2 Brainstormers, Maron was great, but when they didn't, Maron was questionable. This is kind of similar, except with one minor additional hoop of needing to reverse something and then paying stock for it.
Yeah.
I think it's fine as like a beater if you prefer like to have a utility card as opposed to like a 7/5.
If the Klaus gave it 1k on both players' turns, I think this would be like actually something you'd consider maybe, just because it's also a costless pig thing, but it only gains the power on your own turn, so it doesn't really
It just dies.
it just dies, and then you didn't accomplish a whole lot.
And you paid a stock to do it, so you have to make sure like the thing you're tapping actually matters. It's
Yeah.
a lot of weird little issues. I think it's like playable minus or niche plus.
it's interesting, but I don't think it actually makes the cut under any circumstance. I think the assassin is just better,
Yeah.
even if it's like less interesting or whatever.
But is this better than Lightning Flash Arsenal?
No.
It is better than Excel Word. I
clearly
will
better
say
than
that.
Arsenal. It's clearly better than Arsenal. Come on.
Maybe it is. I don't know. That's a weird comparison.
Probably. I don't know.
That's a really
Alfred,
weird
you should go
comparison.
to sleep.
Yeah, I probably should. Are we up to the event yet?
No, we have
No,
one more card.
One more card.
What?
Arc, the blade that cuts through the dark. Oh no, sorry. Yoshitsugu. Blood of
Yoshitsugu,
Shura.
Blood of Shura.
Oh, I thought you guys were talking about Yoshitsugu. That's why I brought up Lightning.
No, we were talking about the uni still.
That's why we were
Yeah,
confused.
Why I need to go to sleep. 2/1/7K. During your turn, if there are 3 more cards in clock, this gains 2k power.
9k.
When it's attacked, if the character ops is level 3 or higher, this gains 4k and 1 soul for the turn.
13k,
Are you
1 soul.
like? Do you
Yeah,
understand why?
this is
comparison
better.
there?
Than,
This is better than
Yeah,
Yeah,
Asuna.
yeah. This one, yeah, the comparison here makes sense. I think this is better than Lightning Flash.
Yeah.
I don't think this card is good, but I think it's better than Lightning Flash.
Yeah.
Okay, no. I don't think it's bad, but when you have the blue anti-level 3, that's a better way to deal with them. Because it's, like, much bigger.
Was it? It goes like 16 or something, right?
It's 15 if you tap 2 back rows.
Yeah. I would
But
probably
you
prefer
You
that.
can also like. play
Although the
3K
extra
one.
soul is nice to have. I'm not gonna
The
lie.
extra soul, yeah, the extra soul is nice. I don't think this card's bad.
Like it's playable.
Yeah.
I think this card doesn't get big enough unless you're at like 3 or more cards
Well,
in clock. But that's like
13k
not
is
reliable.
like pretty good if you have 3 or more cards in clock. If you don't, then it's questionable at 11.
Needing the condition and still only maxing at 13 is, I don't know. It's just not
It's
enough.
too low.
I don't think it's.
I mean,
good
if you
enough.
have the level X, it's 14, but
I'm just gonna go with
Alright.
playable minus.
That's new for you. All right.
The soul makes a difference.
Sure. Next card, Arc, blade that cut through the darkness. All right.
Edgy.
Bert's
Edgy
been
as
talking
hell.
about this. He likes this card way too much.
I do like this
I
card.
think this card is good.
Is it?
Yeah, it doesn't even target. Like, for
Why-
example, against Persona 5, you
bounce
hate your
3000.
life against Persona 5. With this card, you're just like, easy game.
Yeah, you know what? Against Persona 5, if I'm playing against Yellow Chain, I'm not going to assume they have this in their deck.
And then you play right into their trap.
I'm just going to assume they don't have it and that they didn't draw it. Because what are you playing this as? Like a 2-off, maybe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Whatever, I just won't play my 2-1 assist, and I'll just play, like, a Fox, and... Yeah. Whatever, I'll read the actual cards. A 2/2 event. Choose one of your standing minor characters rested. Return the opponent's front row center slot and back row characters to hand.
Pay 2, bounce 3 is like pretty good.
Yeah, but... What do you real...
You can bounce Jabba the Hutt against Star Wars when it comes out.
Like,
Wow.
the first thing to mind is Get Wrecked Slog Horizon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Log
Hey,
Horizon.
if
Oh
your
my
opponent-
god.
If your opponent puts Reinhardt in the middle slot, like on their own turn, you can bounce him with this.
Yes.
Yes, that is correct. But that's still not a clean answer.
No,
Is it
but
not?
it's a better answer than any other set has.
Monogatari, excuse me.
Shut up. Shut up. Get out. Nobody plays Monogatari.
You are correct.
Fewer people play Chain Chronicle though, so
Yeah, 0 is 0. Honestly speaking, this card is niche. I am not convinced.
I think niche is appropriate.
I think this actually gets played, so I think it's playable.
I think part of the issue is that if your opponent knows this card exists, and a lot of decks can probably play around this to an extent.
Yeah, but if they play around it, you're already profiting off it.
Are you? All I have to do is
Yeah.
put Fox on the side. That's all.
Yeah, but like you can't like you're playing less back row.
I mean, it also
And
depends on
I
how
don't
like back
get
row
back
aligned your
plan
deck is, right? Like if your deck does not give a crap about their back row, like two lover just doesn't care what's in their back row most of the
Yeah,
time.
sure, but like, okay, sure, but that's like 2 slots, whatever. I don't care. This
Like,
deck
what am I
doesn't need the slots.
like? If I'm playing Persona 5, okay, what happens is I don't play my 2-1 assist because nothing in this set like can beat over my Fox on offense anyway. I play some random mook in the middle. Maybe I bounce your cost 0 in the middle so I can get a direct attack with my calling card, and then I play some random thing on the other side as well. And when it comes to it, I will play Navi because I'm just playing two. I'm paying two, and that's it. Like that's fine. It is problematic because I don't get my scry every time you burn me, but that's
And
like
you
whatever.
also can't money counter me, which is like one of the real weaknesses this deck has. This also turns off all tap counters, like Osamatsu, Idolmaster, Animals.
It does not turn off Persona tap counter.
No, it does not.
Persona doesn't play its tap counter.
No, it does not.
You are correct.
It plays tarot reading instead.
It does not.
no.
Oh no, not even the tarot reading. What does it even play? It plays like the bounce
The
and then
pants.
you bounce or whatever sometimes.
No, there's the Navi back row has pay one, ditch the pants, money counter something.
Yeah.
So wait, are you gonna have? Is this gonna be your end game turn card? Like, are you gonna go 2-2 bounce your stuff and then Fatima, and then I play Werner in the middle? Is that what's gonna happen?
Only if you need to. Like,
if
I
you-
don't think you
4,
have the
6,
stock.
8, 10. You need 10 stock for that sequence.
And like a lot of cards in hand.
You don't need that many cards.
You need 10 stock for that sequence. You don't need.
You need 5 cards in hand.
5 cards is doable.
Well, Werner gets you one back.
No, I already counted that one.
Okay.
You have to play Werner anyway.
So that
Even if you just go this and like Fatima and Werner, that's like already okay.
I think you do it in some cases. I think against Tolovru you play it and you stack all of your burns on Werner and put him in the middle where you opened up a slot so they can't money counter him.
I mean,
Yeah,
And you
that's-
bounce the encore assists so that they can't encore their Yami.
I don't actually remember the last time I managed to like it mattered needing to encore my Yami.
That
I mean,
happens a lot.
it
It's like
probably
every
won't
game.
matter, but opening up the slot so they can't money counter you, like on your thing that has a bunch of shots.
Because usually the issue that I end up having with the deck is like the second time I want to go off is like I need to draw 2 ditch more.
Yeah.
So like,
But I mean, in the case that it is relevant, it's there.
yeah.
It's mostly so you can have a lane where you can pump everything that they can't money counter.
Like I said, there's a bunch of rest counters. Rest counters hate you. There's like random
There's like 2, but yeah.
Osamatsu,
Osamatsu and
Idolmaster, and Animals
Sure.
is already 3.
Okay. I didn't think about the. By Idolmaster, you mean the like 2 red, 2 blue Cinderella girl?
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
That,
Okay.
oh god,
Yeah.
that card.
Yeah, you shut that one off too. I wasn't thinking about that one. I think those are like the only 3 relevant ones right now, though. If you even
I mean, isn't
consider
that enough?
most of those
I don't
relevant.
I think the card has enough edge cases that it's just useful enough for a slot. 2
Yeah, no,
slots.
I agree.
It's just like a little bit weird though, because it's an event and you have no way to search your event. So like, how many would you play?
2.
2.
2?
You play 2.
It's 2, same as Wormhole.
Sure.
Alright.
And you have a little longer to get it than Wormhole for what you're using it for.
Plus, you can pull it off the top with Werner if that comes to that.
Yes.
Not that you'd want that over the climax combo, but
No, but if you've already got the climax, then you can.
just got everything.
Or if you happen to have the 1/1 assist in hand and can use that to grab your climax.
Okay, I think that comes to the end of yellow. I don't know that it's worth doing a whole recap show simply because
All the colors are pretty
Basically-
independent.
they're all isolated.
Basically, the meta deck is basically put in all the good cards from yellow, and then add 4 Rickies and 2 early play killers from blue, and that's your deck. And you can maybe play 1 Teresa if you want to, like
And
the
you
3
forgot
kill.
about the 1-0 counters.
You don't play 1/0 counters.
I think your guys are too small in defense normally.
Oh yeah, of course you don't. Yeah, of course you don't. Never mind.
Yeah.
That's dumb. Yeah. Well,
That's like why you have space for the 2/2 event.
All right. So that is it for Chain Chronicle. I guess if we're gonna do that, what is your opinion on positioning?
Yellow
yellow
I'm not
seems-
sure if it's like top 10, bottom top 10, maybe top 10, like somewhere between 12 and 8.
I think it's between 10 and 15 somewhere. I don't know where
I
I'd
think
put it.
so. I think it's top 15. I think that well, no, it's got to be surely top 10, right? Like you've got the All-Star level 0 game, sans Brainstorm, whatever. You've got a pretty capable end game, and you've got a pretty decent mid game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see no reason why this can't be top 10. I'm not sure if it's top 10, but it's like in that range.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got it.
All right. So that is it. Next set is what? Is it actually Star Wars?
It's
Bang
Dream.
Dream.
Bang Dream.
Bang Dream,
Samson-
and then
Samson Chow will join us for this because
No,
it's his new favorite set.
We're all Samson.
Samson Chow.
But Samson quit Weiss.
Yeah, me too, but he didn't. Anyway,
Pick it up again. He bought Bang Dream, did he?
he came
I think so.
back for Bang Dream of all things.
yeah, we'll mess with him when he comes back, but that'll happen eventually. I'm in no rush because Bang Dream is like a real disappointment, and it's from people who have been testing it. It just is not a super good deck. Like
The
I've
design-
heard
The design space is really interesting, but
Yeah.
the payoff is not there.
that it is quote unquote worse than Nisekoi. So
It is not. It is absolutely not.
we'll see.
is-
See.
Ever so slightly more playable than Nisekoi.
That's not a good thing.
So
No, it's not.
next up is Bang Dream, and then after that, I believe it's Star Wars. So I get to be hyped for
Love
that.
Live, Love Live Sunshine extra booster.
I don't even know if I want to do that. Oh my god.
Why are there so many sets getting in the way of Star Wars? This
And
is
then
not-
Star Wars.
Man, Star
And
Wars
then
was
Vivid
Star Wars
Story.
was to come out 3 months ago. So like, I am really upset right now.
Hey, you're getting like 10 cards a day. You can.
To be fair, those cards have been nutty. Some of them. Some of them are also incredibly
It's
boring.
okay. It's okay.
I think the set overall looks fine. Like it has
Solo,
it has
it's
things,
Dark
and I
Vader.
actually like the force mechanic. Like I think it's a cool mechanic, and I appreciate that like they're trying to make back row attackers not suck. And then they printed a back row attacker that didn't suck, but you know.
They printed a back row attacker that sucked, but yeah.
It sucks.
It's fine. It clock kicks.
For pay 2 ditch.
Oh, I meant the Archer, but all right.
I mean, Boba Fett is fine.
All right.
You just play Vader, and that's it.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
fine.
have the Vader deck. Don't worry.
All
Yeah,
right,
all the
you
decks.
guys can talk about Star Wars in 8 months or whenever.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Wait,
so,
wait. This Luke is sick.
Anyways.
Sneaker.
So
Talk about it later.
yeah, we'll talk about it later.
All right, so that's our Chain Chronicle review. A bit fractured. I was distracted for like half of it, but thanks for listening. Leave a comment, leave a sub, do whatever, and hopefully we'll get Bang Dream in a timely fashion. I've got lots of paperwork I need to do. That's why everything's so late.
I'm going
but,
to GP Vegas, so
It'll clear up hopefully, and then we'll be back on schedule maybe in a month or so. We'll see.
yep.